Well, the federal government has designated the American Red Cross to co-lead mass care during disasters. That includes providing shelters, food, and emergency supplies. In Texas, it has helped put more than 32,000 people in shelters. The organization and its partners have served more than 180,000 meals and snacks since the storm began. More than 1,500 volunteers are on the ground. Gail McGovern is the president and CEO of the American Red Cross. She joins us now from the Texas Red Cross Volunteer Command Center in Austin. Good morning to you, Gail. I know you've got quite the assignment ahead of you, but at this point, do the available resources meet the demand that you're seeing?
Well, we have, as you said, 1,500 volunteers on the ground and more on the way. But as you've also reported, there are additional evacuations. People are presenting in shelters. The need is enormous, and we've had an outpouring of support and a lot of people that are interested in volunteering. As you said, as of Tuesday night, we've served 180,000 meals and snacks. People are just showing up at the shelters, and the challenges have been incredible. Just getting supplies in when all these roads have been flooding have been unbelievable. And the heroics, I mean, we were bringing volunteers in city dump trucks so they could get through the water. We have these high water vehicles now from the Department of Defense, 20 of them that are bringing supplies into the shelters.
And Gail, the donations
really.
Go ahead, finish.
No, I was just going to say it's really been a challenge.
Well, I have to say the donations are pouring in. Help us understand, take us through the donation process. Say someone donates $100. How much of that is going to go to the Harvey victims? Because they're saying, look, I want to help the Harvey victims. I'm so moved. There are some concerns that some of that money goes to Red Cross overhead, Red Cross PR. So how much of that $100 actually goes to the Harvey victims that people want to help?
Well, on average, 91 cents of every dollar that we spend goes to our services, and we are really proud of the fact that we keep our overhead low. And people that are designating money for victims of Hurricane Harvey, that money will be used for the people that were impacted by Hurricane Harvey. We are taking great care to make sure that we're great stewards of our donors' dollars.
So 91% will go to Harvey victims. When you say our services, I don't know if that means Red Cross services or the money that's going to the Harvey victims.
It's Red Cross services that are going, so things like food, things like supplies, things like cleanup kits. And depending on the level of financial support that we get, we'd also like to give financial support to the victims as well. But we are going to make sure that every designated dollar that is going to this storm is used appropriately. And like I said, on average, 91 cents goes to our services, and we're really proud of that.
Now, Gail, I'm sure you're aware of some of the stories that say 25% of the money has gone to overhead. Some people are out there on social media saying, gosh, that's way too much. You've got to donate to other organizations. I'm sure that doesn't sit well with you.
Well, you know, they can take a look at our financial statements. They can see what our overhead is. And I can tell you that I am really proud of the fact that we're good stewards of our donors' dollars. And I know how these gifts are given. I understand the generosity of the American public. The need is so great, and people just always step up for us, and we take that responsibility very, very seriously.
Okay, how much has been raised so far, and how much are you trying to get?
Well, the need is enormous. I mean, you've seen the visuals. It's really incredible, and we are going to be at it for a very, very long time. In terms of what we've raised, it's literally changing by the hour.
What is it at this hour? What is it at this hour?
Well, sometime next week we'll be able to give you a good idea of how much money we've raised, because it's changing very rapidly.
All right, Gail McGovern, thank you very much for joining us this morning.